We enter the second stage of the day then. Stage 12, 20.19 kilometres of action. Elfyn Evans currently leads, followed by Thierry Neuville and Takamoto Katsuta. The gap between the front running pair is only 11.5 seconds though. Elfyn Evans managed to pull out some time on Thierry Neuville in the previous stage, and Suninen in 4th place took time out of Katsuta in 3rd, closing in on that final podium position. We've got Lube across the line and Latvala then. So Latvala a second slower than Lube. What can Timo Suninen do then? He took 0.8 of a second out of Takamoto Katsuta in the previous stage. He goes 4 seconds quicker than Lube at the opening split. Katsuta will be the next car across the line then. He's currently 17.9 seconds off second place, but crucially for him 11.6 seconds quicker than Suninen. But Katsuta at the opening split has lost 15 seconds. Suninen has taken 15 seconds out of Katsuta there. So has Katsuta suffered some sort of problem, perhaps a stall, something like that? We'll have to wait and see. Obviously losing time to Thierry Neuville as well. So Neuville goes 7.5 seconds quicker than the benchmark time set by Pierre-Louis Lube, but a massive shake-up in that battle for 3rd position. So Elfyn Evans goes 6.7 seconds, so Neuville does respond at the opening split to Elfyn Evans, taking 0.8 out. Whether he can convert that by the end of the stage remains to be seen. So we've got Lube across stage end. He said it was a very nice stage, quite demanding but we enjoyed. Quite tricky with the conditions still, and the grip is a bit tricky to understand, so let's see. It's not completely wet out there, it's just damp at the moment. So a challenging set of conditions for the drivers to navigate. Got Latvala across the line then. So Suninen will be the next car across. At that opening split he took 15 seconds out of Katsuta. So there's no way Katsuta is going to be able to relinquish back or take back all that time. Latvala at stage end said it was a nice stage. I was getting this old feeling from the past when you're driving over the jumps and flying. Also that he needs to be more careful next time out. So Suninen goes 6.3 seconds quicker than the benchmark time set by Pierre-Louis Lube. He's on course to take 3rd place, that final podium spot. Provisionally at the moment anyway. Remains to be seen what Katsuta can do. Suninen at the end of the stage said there's a long way to go and the conditions are really tricky. We have to keep focused and keep going. It was an amazing stage and I think all the drivers are trying to push to the limit. It's still quite slippy in places and I was struggling a little with the rear. So at stage end then, Suninen has taken 13.8 seconds out of Katsuta. Katsuta did claw a little bit of time back, but that will put Suninen into 3rd place. Katsuta said, I just spun, it was so slippy I lost the line a bit and could not manage it. I had to reverse and it cost a lot of time. So there we go then. Katsuta had a spin in there. He's not too far off. He can still stage a comeback to try and get that final podium position. We've got Neuville across, he's obviously taken time out of Katsuta, but Katsuta wasn't really challenging Neuville. He was just sort of waiting in the wings in case there was a problem. Neuville said at the end, I tried, I had a good feeling in there, and we know the road, so I was really on the edge everywhere. It was fun. So Neuville definitely pushing then. So at stage end, Neuville has lost. Evans has extended by 0.4 of a second. He said, it was quite clean and tidy, just doing what I needed to do. For sure, I felt in some places I should have been a bit more brave, especially at the start, where I didn't do as well as I could have liked. It's nice to be in this position, and of course there's a long way to go. So Evans extends that gap. So we reach the end of the stage then. Elfyn Evans takes another stage win, followed by Thierry Neuville and Timo Suninen. So back-to-back stage wins for Elfyn Evans then. He extends, bringing that gap to 11.9 seconds now then. Adds a further 0.4 to the overall gap over Thierry Neuville. Takamoto Katsuta, so he had a spin in there. He was about 15 seconds slower than Suninen at the split, but he managed to claw it back so that he only lost 13.8 seconds. That does mean though that Suninen now moves up into third overall, but that gap is down to 2.2 seconds, so all to play for. Up next then, 20.56 kilometres, stage 13, the penultimate stage of this opening loop on Saturday. Remains to be seen, can Neuville and Suninen close?